Looks like it was a rough day here yesterday at the shop. Or maybe it was just a rough evening. Well, look at all them tools scattered around. What have we been working on? Well, it's been a while, but the 58 is back and she's painted. There we go, guys. Still got a few things to get, a couple things here and there to get sprayed, but there it is. And there's our choice of wheels I went with. Everyone was asking what I was going to do. The old torque thrust. I was kind of going for that 60s kind of look. I don't know if you can tell in this video, but the car, I made sure I had it on that slight rake, which back in the day they called it a California rake. So that's it. So what I got on here is I got matrix black with matrix clear. 3 coats of base and 3 coats of clear. Matrix is a pretty thick clear. They only call for 2 coats of clear, so we gave it an extra one. So she is coming along quite well. So if you remember, this car started out, I ripped it apart right down to the bare frame. Now granted, I'm not building like a show car out of it. The frame was just cleaned up here and I just trim cladded it. I didn't take it down and get it powder coated like some of my customers do. It's not to that extreme because I drive my vehicles. But it was a frame off, it's got everything new underneath it. And then Dr. Dave got in there and he did all the body work on the car and got it to the rough-in stage. What I mean by rough-in is, like I always said in all my videos, he got into first primer, the filler primer. Then the car sat for quite a while I filled around with things here and there. Then all of a sudden Bruce came along, our newest member of the team here, the body man, and he got it ready and put it in final primer. And then he blocked it all by hand, and I got to give credit where credit is due, with Lisa was in there also. And they blocked it all by hand with he blocked it all, then him and Lisa got in there and they did it with 800 grit wet sanded it. Now some of you might be saying, what's the difference by, why did he go to that extreme? Usually when you finish a vehicle off, the coarser the paper you finish it off in, the more the paint eventually over time sinks into it and it seems to dull down. So Bruce said that 800 was kind of the limit in his opinion. So I wanted to try it for the hell of it, and I didn't want to try it on a customer's car, so what better than on mine? So we'll see what happens to it. So that's what happened there. And then of course Lisa got in there and dynamatted it. She did an awesome job there. We got all the dynamat in. Then for the hell of it, and I'm not that guy, but I said let's just wet sand and polish a little bit of it, just the outside area. So if you can see here, I'm going to try and show you if you can see. See this quarter panel? See the images coming through there? See me waving at all you cool guys, giving you the big thumbs up? See how smooth and clear that looks? Now we come around to the front fender, of course. Now see, you can still see me, but see how it's a little more hazier? The front fender has not been wet sanded yet. The quarter panel has. So that is the difference for some of those guys out there that don't understand. All paint jobs have orange peel. I don't give a shit, don't give a fuck, don't care who you are, they all got orange peel. I'm sick and tired of people saying they don't. It's very minor though, it's just some people get it really bad, right? So, when you want it to look absolutely perfect, you wet sand and polish. This quarter panel's done too. This might be a better example because it's on a brighter side. See, look at that reflection. And then you come around, you can see it's starting to wet sand there. Come around to the fender, the reflection's not quite the same, but still, beautiful. It looks absolutely beautiful. That's what 99% of the cars at my shop come out of here. We don't wet sand. That's them. There's nothing wrong with that finish. But I thought for the hell of it, we'd do mine just a little bit here and there and see what it is. So this is the cleanest this car will ever be when it's all together. I know I tell people I'm going to sell it. I keep saying I'm going to sell it. I started out in these videos saying it's for sale. Now I'm kind of questionable. We all saw that one coming, didn't we? Anyway, either way, I'm going to drive this car. So this is the cleanest this car will ever be because once I start driving it, if I'm out in the rain or the shit, I don't give a fuck, I'm going to drive it. When I get it home, no, I'm not going to put it on the hoist and get underneath it and wash it all off. I'm just going to hose it off underneath when I'm washing the car like normal up in the wheel wells, and that is it. So, there's my 58, it's coming along. So everybody in the shop had a big hand in this car, and let's not forget Chris. Chris is the young guy here who's been doing all the wiring. He's ran all the wiring down in the factory spots down to the floorboards there, or at least that's how it is on my car. It's got all the factory clips. So we got all new wiring harness in it. You can see I put the nice old school tack up top. I put some Stuart Warner gauges. I got my shifter right there. Got my metal flake steering wheel. The original paint still on the dash. I'm kind of going, like I say, for that 60s vibe here on this car. So Hopefully you guys like it. It is coming along. Slowly but surely I will get it done. So the plan is tonight to finish off getting all the trunk chrome on, getting all the taillights on. I'm kind of working my way from the back going forward. I'll get the trunk seal on, get the trunk mat in, and then I'll get this piece of chrome along the quarter panel, and then the back end of this car is done. Then we're going to move ourselves on to the front. I'm going to go into the front end. I'm leaving the doors off it at the moment, just till the wiring's done and until the carpet's in. Less chance of getting a scratch in it. This car was pretty much painted in pieces, as you can see, so, and just being assembled from there. So there you are, guys. The 58 Ford is coming along. Thanks for subscribing. Remember, it's always a good time at Old Time. Look us up, oldtimegarage.ca, or watch us on Instagram. Okay, and don't forget, it's summertime, it's hot. You better order up a beer cozy from Old Time Garage. See you next time.